What's up, guys? Alright, so this past week, BJJ posted an article entitled Bernardo Faria's Analogy on Using Strength in BJJ Will Change Your Mind. I'm going to leave this article down below and definitely check it out. There's also a video within the article, and it's from Bernardo when he talks about this. And so check out that video as well. And also, guys, if I'm pronouncing Bernardo's last name wrong, please let me know. One thing I'm really not proud of is being that ignorant American that is terrible at pronunciation from anything other than the English language. So if I am, please let me know. I pronounce Bernardo's last name Faria. Perhaps not. I know probably the big reason for this is in BJJ, when I watch something online, I watch match or something like that. I mean, it's not like boxing, right? Where they're like, in this corner we have, and they announce a name, then this corner and stuff. So I get to hear the name all the time. Like, pretty much they start when they tap hands and, go until one person's hand is raised in the end. And so I never hear the names, okay? But I see the names. And so anyways, Bernardo is one person, obviously, I enjoyed watching, like probably so many of you. But anyways, let me read this one paragraph from the article. And it says, he, being Bernardo, approached his instructor telling him about the accusations of him using too much strength coming from teammates. His instructor answered, "Are you getting tired when you roll using strength?" Bernardo answered that he wasn't and had no problem rolling consecutive rolls. So his instructor advised, and continue what you're doing. If you're gassing out, then use more technique. Okay, interesting, guys. All right, so you know what? It is odd. Listen, not to sound cocky or anything. Listen, I'm a lifetime lifter. I'm 223 pounds at the moment of making this video. So I'm not small. I know I'm not weak, all right? But, so I've heard this before. And it is kind of like, it's got to a point where, and it's been a while really since I heard it, but it got to a point where it's, and it gets annoying. And frankly, I don't like it. It's like, as far as getting the accusation, using too much strength, it's like, okay, God-given gifts or gifts I've earned, through training, I'm not allowed to use. This is, what kind of bullshit is this? I mean, one thing, for instance, I've never heard this in Jiu Jitsu, and I've never even thought of anyone saying, but for instance, recently, I got taken down right from the stand-up. This guy got inside control right away. And it never occurred to me to say this to this guy, oh, yeah, I see that you got side control on me. And that's great and all, great, good job. But, you really just relied on your speed and quickness. Your technique really wasn't that good there on the takedown. You just totally, just use more speed and quickness. But just, try working on the technique more. That conversation has never happened in BJJ. It hasn't. But it's some reason it's okay to scold someone who's strong to not use their strength. Or also too, it's like, dealing with a flexible guy. You know how many flexible guys have gotten out of shitty positions they may be in, say side control or something like that. I mean, using like half technique and the other half of them just like turning their spine around like the Exorcist, be able to twist their way out of that shitty position. And, the technique is like, I mean, at face value, the technique's kind of like subpar, but basically their unbelievable flexibility is what saved their ass. I know, it never occurred to me to say, dude, listen, oh man, come on, man, use technique, man. Why are you relying on your flexibility? That's bullshit. Work on your game, man. Those conversations never, ever happened, ever. Not in any forum I've ever seen, not in the school or anything like that. So it's just like, I think a lot of it, I don't know, man. Listen, strong guys, I know when I'm getting physically dominated by someone who's bigger and stronger than me, I mean, it sucks, right? Strong guys, they bring a certain pain to you and to that role, and it sucks, right? It's like, God, getting squashed. I mean, my shoulders, that wasn't a choke. It was more of a, this shoulder. I tapped from the pressure on my shoulder, those type things, and it hurts. It hurts bad. And a flexible guy doesn't necessarily. I mean, even though they can do some terrible things to you, like choke you out and from anywhere, anytime, it seems, but they don't bring the same pain. So I think it's a way for people to say, you know, to kind of let them think, saying, oh, listen, I don't want them to think I'm pussy, but I'm just gonna, or excuse me, not think, I don't want this guy to know I'm a pussy, so I'm just gonna make this excuse that, you know, that you need to use less strength, and that you focus on technique, because I don't want him to know that, you know, he's making me feel uncomfortable and it's painful going against him. You know, that's really about it, dude. It's like, someone doesn't want, you know, if someone tells you that, if you hear that from someone, or you say that, dude, check yourself, man. I mean, just think, listen, oh, fuck, man, am I being a little bitch? You know, that's it, you know? And, you know, the odd thing is, I remember hearing this, of course, early on and everything, and the reason, I guess when I finally started picking up on it, because I remember hearing this as a white belt quite a bit, and it's like, dude, you gotta use more technique. So I'm like, then I started thinking, I'm like, oh, okay, well, you're right, obviously I have to learn technique. You know, I mean, to keep on progressing in jiu-jitsu, I mean, you're only going to go so, strength is only going to help your ass so far, which isn't very far. And, you know, but it's nice to have when you have an opportunity to use it. But I'm like, yeah, I know I have to get better at technique. I'm working on my game, and I really do. I work hard. I study a lot. I record my class, the move of the day kind of thing in class and everything, so I can look at my phone later and review it further, because I'm that serious about learning technique. And then one day it occurred to me, it's like, you know, I'm getting this lecture from someone, and you know what, my technique's on par with everyone else, or, you know, at that level. It's like, yeah, at the time, I was like, when it started clicking, I'm like, all right, I'm getting sick of hearing this bullshit. I was like a 3-stripe white belt or something, or around there, and I was like, you know what, my technique is on par with a 3-stripe white belt at the time. You know, that's so. I'm no better, my technique's no better or worse or anything. It's just like, I'm where I should be. So, and I'm getting lectured about technique. Well, what the fuck? Of course I'm not, don't try and bullshit me. I mean, I'm not gonna have purple belt technique as a 3-stripe white belt back then, you know? I'm not a purple belt right now either. I'm a 3-stripe blue belt, actually. So that's my point, guys. It's just like, it seems, it's a convenient out for someone to say, you know, you're hurting me, and so I'm going to tell you this just so, you know, you kind of back off a little bit. So, anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think. Again, I'm not anti-technique. Just because I'm into strength training doesn't mean I'm certainly all about technique. You're never going to do well in jiu-jitsu just with strength. I mean, it has to, especially, you know, I'm certainly not overly huge, you know, or anything like that, or even huge. I mean, you know, whatever. It's just so, it's strength size is only going to take you so far, and I'm aware, and so, and I'm, you know, whatever. I think, you know, I'm in my 5th year of jiu-jitsu, so yeah, I mean, yeah, I get it. I get technique is what's going to help, you know, it's going to help me do well and stuff, and continue to progress. So, guys, all right, that's enough. If you have yet to subscribe to my channel, please do. We'll talk to you soon. Ooosss.